Hello, lads, lasses, and anywhere and everywhere in between. My name is Gaming King 06, and today, well, Happy Valentine's Day. If you're like me and you're alone, buy some discounted chocolate. It's actually really good. Anyway, we're just playing Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating simulator, because I am fucking bored and I want to do something funny. So we're just gonna get right in. Now, back when I was still using Hero's computer, I 100%ed this game, so I do know everything about it. We'll see who I go with. I already know my favorite route, but I don't know if it'll be very appropriate for YouTube. I'm also currently eating my dinner, so... You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat, as if you nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Probably my seafood allergy. Oh, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? Need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. Got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Oh, not now, Ocean. Sorry, King. May I continue? Yeah, please. I guess I should probably voice myself differently than the narrator. I forgot that it was a narrator. That is a character. Oh, please, go on. Okay, then, as I was... As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Oh no! Steve! A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit. A stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Why are bugs and worms in my... I was drowning in the ocean. Questions race through your mind. Who are you? How did you get here? Who's behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I'm gonna dig up the face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. There's no body, just his head. As you pick it up, flakes of his skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor, dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. Sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose. And so, you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No thanks. I don't think I will. Look, I'm gonna leave it with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday and I've been looking all over for it. You dropped it into a dead person's mouth. Did you just give it back? No. Be that way then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer in your current situation as you feel something soft to bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Oh god, voices for the killers. What do I do? Little help, please. I'm not doing a Russian accent, okay? I'm not bothering with that. You turn around when you see what's waiting for you. Your jaw just about hits the ground. Whoa! Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you, via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed. Let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monsters lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. What do you do? Say nothing, do nothing. I'll toss it back. I'll be nice. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. You give the ball a toss. It arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the huntress' hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress' muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's all natural. Try hard much? Ugh. They're speaking directly to you. You still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion into their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did further than Miss Killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, they're looking very appealing in their own way. Nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, King. You were made for this. Oh geez, if the spooky ocean boy says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. No good reason not to. You decide to head over and see what happens next. Seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, you nitwit. I guess this voice kind of works for him. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Looks like it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. It's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. That sign means he was done with this game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, King, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind, there'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Be warned, answer quickly, answer well. This is a timed quiz. It'll be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? I'm dead fucking average. I'm pretty average, I think. I honestly am not sure if I even make it there. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk. Or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? I do like just being alone, so invisibility would probably be a pretty solid option. But flying sounds pretty neat too. Fly, for sure. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What was your best subject in school? Well, out of these options, it would technically be math. That was my second best subject overall, but I fucking hate math. I never skipped class. My best subject was actually English or language or whatever, that equivalent was for the year. I'm going to say history because I was really good at history too and I prefer it over math. History? Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? What the fuck is a mustelid? I'm looking this up. Oh, okay, no. guess I can't pause it. I'm curious, I'm looking up what the fuck a mustelid is. Oh. Okay. So it's like things like weasels, badgers, otters, those things. It's like a group. Well, ferrets probably aren't one of them. So out of the given options, I'll go dog. Realistically, I am much more of a... my favorite animals are raccoons and foxes, so there's that. Dog? You'd look absolutely adorable in a little puppy mask. What's your favorite color? 3D old corpse. Out of the options, blue. My actual favorite color is sunset orange. Hold on, I think I have what the actual shade is called here. I know specifically what shade it is. Persimmon. Specifically persimmon orange is my favorite orange. It's one of the different sunset oranges. My second favorite color being pink. Like, not bright pink, not neon pink, but like a nice, like, deep, richer pink. Almost magenta, but not quite. Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. It makes people want to be lazy. What's your dream job? If we're gonna do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations and climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials. Didn't expect Trapper to say that. I'm not even a millennial. Best flavor of ice cream. Butter pecan. Not horseflesh. Vanilla, I guess I'm gonna have to go with plain boring vanilla since butter pecan is not an option. I don't like chocolate ice cream. It has to be specifically dark chocolate ice cream. Vanilla? My favorite flavor is pain. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream. Am I right? Oh, so this reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Best flavor is vanilla. You got a reading comprehension problem? I just told you mint chip was where it's at. You almost bought yourself a game over there, buddy. That's right. I can end your life whenever I want to. I'm in control. Don't you forget it. If I say you like mint chip, you like mint chip. Now try it again. Tell me, what is the best flavor of ice cream? Vanilla! A rebel, eh? Not my dating sim. You have to understand, it feels very good to end someone else's game. You should try it sometime. Let's go! I died in a dating simulator. Oh. Oops. Alright, give me a second here. I forgot that I didn't have a save point. Where is the fucking pause button to stop? Oh, I fucking. Alright. We are back here. And to avoid the concept of clicking past everything like I did last time I tried to get back, by, you know, because apparently clicking separate windows still registers, we're just going to resume from here. And I answered everything the same, so. Best flavors, mint chip. So obedient. I think you're going to do just fine. Anywho, now that I know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper, pretty much run things around here. The smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. Not like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. I'm Wraith. Nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either, it's just not worth my time. Things I do hate, I really hate, you know. Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society, she hates it so much. No, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. It's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. Just create a trail of fog, not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ugh, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise we'll do this all day. Oh, excuse me. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, we'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Well, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. It's the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? This is a perfectly good lounge to chill at right there. I'm tired, besides I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Alright, so, question is, do we go with the Huntress route or the Spirit route? Obviously, for me, my favorite option is Huntress, but honestly, I feel like the Spirit route's more YouTube-friendly, and it's the second best option. This would be Huntress. I think the Spirit route's more friendly, so... It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To kick up your feet, look out over the ocean, relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a drink on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? Just kind of stuck living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Oh god, no, no more voices.
Hold on. Just for one moment. This is Dwight's voice now. I just improvised.
This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. We're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. Place we call Murderer's Island. A cute, dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we should therefore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. So very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry, anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. Sure look happy, but fighting with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps.
We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible. Don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. Least you can do is allow us to do our job. Most you could do is help us get off this island. Dwight? Yes, pardon me. Please, follow us.
A narrator. Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should they be trying to escape? Escape? Them? No. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Alright, yes, that's true, he was, but he just meant that he wants to go to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. Has much fancier accommodations than this island. All those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you would not want to go there. With all the money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly, when I agree with them. Not like that other end. So, what'll it be? Lounge. I'm grabbing a bite of food. I made myself a pizza. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. Tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everybody by not giving a crap, and that didn't work. I tried whining. And when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island. But turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around on this island. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please just make it quick. That is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Ah! Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. Right, so, what'll we be having? Fuck. Oh no. I guess just scotch. On a day like today, I could use something strong. Scotch on the rocks. Fuck. Well, Claudette uncorked bottles and made a drink. There you go. I don't know why, my mouse has been double clicking a lot. I should probably get that checked out or just buy a new mouse. It was a cheap, like, $8 thing from Walmart, so. Do enjoy. Who would drink that? It smells like kerosene. You need to embrace the burning. The burning? Oh, yeah. Why would you embrace that? Burning is... Ray stifles a sob. No, I can't even think about it. Well then, don't. No skin off my back, you weirdo. Gonna think of it. Strong, expensive, better the longer you leave it in the basement. Scotch is the best. Trapper guzzles half the bottle and burps. It'd be disgusting if it wasn't so. No, disgusting is exactly what it is. Since we've fulfilled your requests, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time! I swear, had I known they pull this kind of faux enthusiastic community building crap, I have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks. But it could be fine, or whatever you say. So you want to see my hat? I have literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet, the topic I choose is books, novels, comics, fiction or non. Reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. Let's fucking go! I love books. I recently got myself a copy of House of Leaves. Really good. I enjoy it a lot. I'm gonna save real quick. It is a very complicated read, though. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. King, what's your desert island book? The one you bring with you if you're, well, on an island like this? Oh, and it has to be classic horror, for reasons that should be obvious. Oh. She means because this is an island of horror villains. And also these books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? Well, honestly, if I had to choose, like, personal desert island book, I don't know, if it has to be a real book, probably go for something long, so that I'm not rereading it. Like, not rereading the same, really short book over and over again, because The Outsiders is my favorite book of all time, but it's also only 136 pages. I don't know, I'd probably go for one of the Lorien Legacies books, like probably the first one. It's decently long and I like it, so I am number 4. And if it can be like a fictional like conglomeration, I'm just gonna choose the entire Berserk series, like just a book that's that. But out of these options, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and yes, it is pronounced Jekyll. You know, I really enjoyed the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I always felt like I had this other person living inside me. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sounds like a fun one. I love a good story about friendship, but I can't read. Not because I'm dumb, I never actually learned to read because I was too busy learning to survive with nothing more than my own strength and cunning. Same reason I didn't have a best friend that wasn't more than just a rock with a face I'd drawn on it in dried blood. Till we meet again, Roxane. Huntress looks out toward the horizon. There's a moment of silence among the group. Now I think about this, probably supposed to be Roxanne. I've been watching too much anime, I'm an idiot. Will you tell it to me sometime? I might not be able to read books by myself, but I'd love being read to, especially when someone does all the voices. It's not really a story about friendship exactly, but who cares? Of course I'll tell it to you. It's a thrilling tale. Not just anybody can pull off quality narration all the time. Take it from me. You don't even need to read. You can just make it up and it'll still be fun. Sometimes I find myself in an abandoned house. I like to look at the photos on the wall and come up with little stories to go with the pictures. It's a fun game we can play together. Abandoned house? Why are they abandoned? Huntress giggles and gives you a playful wink. I don't know. Usually when I find the folks who abandon them, they're not in the mood to tell me much. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. We decided to make us some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask-covered eye. I might suggest something a little naughty. Let's all get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Let's go! Great idea. What voice do I give the trickster? Oh god. This is what my roommate would know better than me. She's obsessed with K-pop. Trickster. So isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello. Who's this new fan in the waiting? I'm just gonna give him the narrator's voice. But like slightly deeper. With, you know, different speech patterns. Beat it, hack. I don't know, I'm inviting one more person to join the circle for our game. Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it was a great idea, while also teasing the secret trickster ending. I've got much, much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap spit. That is. Well, let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy way. All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye. Real romantic-like. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll be waiting here in complete silence trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar. We're not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. King, you're up. You grip the bottle in your hand. Put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. And at the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Oh, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. Suppose it doesn't stop where you want to. It's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play? Ready to figure that? I'm ready. Ready. Anyway, we go. Spin the bottle and see who you're gonna smooch. Eh, that worked. You got Spirit. You two are meant to be. Psych. You actually have to spin multiple times to get your result. First, get 3 times in your 2 match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle here on this island. Ow, get your spin on. Oh god, my eyes. I don't like this. I have very bad eyesight. Doesn't help that I'm tired. You got Spirit. You got Spirit. Spirit is your true match. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Spirit. Lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races. You can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Spirit takes you by the hand and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She has to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, not in the sexy way she is. Sweating in the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Spirit, I have some bad news for you. I have something in my teeth, don't I? There might be seaweed. No idea how long I was in that ocean. Oh, well, maybe. It's not what I was gonna say. This is not happening. Not now, maybe not ever. They think you're gonna make out with some strangers because a bottle told me to. They got another thing coming. So do you. Namely a katana. In your heart. You even try to make the move under such absurd circumstances. I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I know. You seem pretty harmless. And not at all that bad to kiss, if I were interested. Which I'm not at this moment in time. Are you gonna tell them we kissed? We are. I'm not above lying to get what I want. So, that thing about me not being too bad to kiss, was that a lie to get me to play along, or... If you want to know the truth, figure it out for yourself. I don't expect this life to just hand you gifts like me. All I was ever handed was pain and suffering. Hey, same. Let's go. Treat me well, and I'll return the favor. Otherwise, try a different route and see what happens. I hate to break up such a passionate moment. That we only assume was passionate because we'd never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island. But dinner's being served right away, and we must insist that you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation. And there's so many more interesting things to die from. I gave Claudette Dwight's voice, and I don't feel like changing it. Yeah, I get the house out of myself tonight because my roommates are both going out for a Valentine's dinner. Like with their friend group or whatever. I don't have one, so. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered about. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, it's terrific. Seems like everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. Star, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Trickster's here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him expected, sir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds with killers, and my whole shit gets a little flustered. Hey there, looking good, King? Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they're side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. Probably think it was an error, but no, it's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got it? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them sit opposite of you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms.
Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do.
Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating?
It's meat, seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good.
Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to be judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. Oh, you need to murder something to eat its meat. So that's, like, technically true.
Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat.
Hey, King, you think of what I'm thinking? There's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? If you look closely at the spit, the spot definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat?
This took 12 hours. And we literally do everything on this island.
Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal.
Oh, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain.
First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is. I'll show both of you my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop, please. I hate it when we fight, or talk, or when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth.
Right, instead of slicing up, you can club it to a second death.
Hey, King, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. Ugh. It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, it'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all explaining their value and maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. I mean, okay, well, tetanus is fucking horrifying, so I understand that. Hold on, I'm gonna put my phone on charge. Also, I'm sorry I forgot to upload Fire Emblem this week. I got a copy of the original Persona and got very distracted. That's also why this is uploading late. I played it until like 6 in the morning, 7, somewhere around there. So, yeah. This might be in a... Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner?
Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold.
He hated when it got cold.
Here's a machete, freshly sharpened.
Minigames, cause yeah. Blah. You don't have to keep telling me. Oh, sorry, I'm not very enough yet. As ready as I'll be.
Ready.
Away we go. Slice.
Perfect. Oh.
Y'all didn't see that. I did not miss. Perfect. Not bad. Not bad. Perfect. Perfect. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb.
Dinner is finally served.
For real. The sounds, especially coming from the mass killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masses, shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell, I mean... Come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. Think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. But at least they're lifting their masks. It's only 99% disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? Two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's the only thing. Think about it, King. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. Might have noticed, but I'm mostly a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. You see how deep this cut of my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore.
Hold on. Email might be important.
Work stuff, I don't care. It's the weekend. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. Even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them?
Look at that seagull! I ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect.
Yeah, she's right, King. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise.
Didn't you wash up on the island with no memory of who you are and how you got here?
Yes, you did. Poor thing.
You have no idea last time you had a real meal. You've been standing in the sun. But the seagull. Uh-oh. He's made a lot of good points.
I swear. I'm beginning to feel lightheaded.
It waved at me.
Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Want the answer? You're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey. It's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow down the right path. Or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? But this place holds many secrets, even from itself. The one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Big. Mysterious. Gotta give it up to the ocean character. Some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like.
You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cold water into your mouth.
Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant, and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness?
It's a good point, actually. I just feel that way. Small, unimportant, alone. But lately I'm not so sure. Started to feel different. Started to actually think that maybe this island is where I might meet something special. You look at Spirit. She's turned from the ocean to look at you while you speak on this topic she's clearly so passionate about. A friend? Perhaps something more. I don't know what this island has planned for me. A friend? Friends are just cowards who seek comfort in numbers. I had friends, once, back before I was chopped into a bunch of pieces by my father. Friends aren't what's keeping me held together. I'm floating around in a cloud of rage. So dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, perfect employee, the perfect daughter. Didn't take care of myself, and now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny, my purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, so this might sound a bit silly, but...
Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. She's convinced that it's only you two. She continues.
There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. So stupid.
You're not stupid. That sounds badass.
Right? But I didn't let it out. And then I, chop chop. Now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger?
I don't know. I just fucking exist, I guess. So nothing but darkness. I'd have to kill I'd kill to have a dragon. They're not the best choice of words. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome. Honestly, though, I don't feel like I got anything inside me at all. Just darkness. Never any darkness.
Here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived.
Well, there's no fucking fire, and you gave me two options. I just exist. I coast through life.
Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness.
Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you. Quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the breach, clipboards in hand, and they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary.
And it's each event is scheduled.
Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of this evening's activities.
It's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. This rate will be late.
Playing sick?
No, no time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting.
Go, go, go!
Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement.
We're not going to blame anyone in particular,
But someone, we're not going to say who, so don't worry, hasn't been sticking to the schedule.
That means that we're behind on time for evening activities.
And we'll only have time for one person to spare their special spooky nightmare story.
Just one story.
Storytime is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who?
Oh, great. We have to decide as a group. This never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate.
Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I passed out.
Been there before. Even though it's taken some pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie?
Seriously? Has anything ever happened on schedule? Even once?
Damn it, Donald. Try and flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me. I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and Muss are back on you two. You know I love to hack and slash and slice.
We all know you love to kill. That's almost all you talk about.
Nobody claimed any names? Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. We still gotta get started on story time, so...
King, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name.
Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I choose you, Spirit! Oh, his entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid IP infringement lawsuit. So be careful with the catchphrases, will ya?
Really? You want to hear from me?
Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. I'll let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it. She comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me. I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories.
If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and...
Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take a seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm going to tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss.
You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn.
It was a dark summer night. Warm rain sleeps from the sky like blood from an old wound.
Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery, as if it was conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The box was very real. Someone was trapped inside.
Oh, fuck, excuse me, hold on. Oh, there we go.
Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me," cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking at the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid, much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single, small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. So scared. Please help me," cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hada comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hada was no help at all. Powerless to save him, the guilt began to weigh down on her, like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hada. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story." Looking through that narrowest of passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of this strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. When the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hada, for she knew he would return, and he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, "Promise? Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised, "I do," pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why. Detective Hada leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall onto this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice. He backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hada and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hada gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was the pile of pieces. like parts of a doll almost, pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Tapada had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story. It's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking in the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one's sure how to act. Ty and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. The game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Cool story, bro. Hug. Yay. You stand, and without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. Certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away. It's an awkward moment, and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves, and you're alone by the fire. Everything you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? Oh, I thought there was actually going to be a song. He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I'm the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. Ah, fuck. Ah, whatever. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around. I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day. Even when you're a narrator. You're doing it again, right now. You need to calm down. You should go to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit, you've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her, an offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Oh god, I've been playing this for almost an hour. Yep. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear. None of that story bore some similarities to my life. It was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, metaphorically, or any other oracally. I believe you, completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so is this person in the story, but perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely irregular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue. Your lips are blue. Really? Call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find... revenge! Okay, the similarity stopped there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or well, maybe it's coagulated by now. I need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm the descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. Gotta figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. Truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about. I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep. was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? I'll just say yes. I know we just met, but yeah, I do believe you. When you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool. Who taught you to... Oh, wow. Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're gonna get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you, if you believe her or not? I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything. Don't I already know the answer to my own question if I believe your answer to the spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, didn't mean to stretch us both. What's important is that a certain corpse acuity floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be wanting you to say the right thing and free her from a puzzle box. If you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again! Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, find a certainty someone's standing there before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her, at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Blight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. My leg is killing me. Get over to the campfire. Heat's comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story and the prisoner in the puzzle box. You manage to escape this place, where you leave with your life. It hasn't already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery. Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest. We're going to make you comfortable or die trying. Hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the type you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Ready. Away we go! As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial to fix it. Yeah, sure, that works. Oh god, what am I trying to hit? Do these determine what kind of music I get? Can I get some slow jazz? Let's see what's on this station. Not really my thing. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Hey, Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. Comb. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb, carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It's a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. It's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. Try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. Shouldn't still be as spooky, but I have had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that, even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like. You'll never get to 100%, you hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Ray stares at you awkwardly. Says nothing, just stares. Look around to see if there's something going on behind you or on either side, but nope, just staring. Oh, you're awake. Saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You're making some sort of Alliance? Are you with... Ray scans the horizon. Them? Just making sure you are who you say you are. Been burned before, and something seems off on this island since you arrived. Even more so than usual. Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow. It's just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow. Together. It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful, boring, and loud and stupid. You're different. Silent someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. Think we could, have fun. Could show you some cool stuff if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night. Finally alone for real this time. Maybe. Drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. And yes, we are going to do the whole route in this one video. Shouldn't take that horribly long. Wait a second, where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to a camera. I think the day went really well. There's some of my first interaction with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end up in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do you think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do? Attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my Seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer won't spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Spear is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill. And Trapper... where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much. Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I'm perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I ate a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person, but if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stomp them. Might just have to kill Dwight to feel anything again. I don't really care. Island is full of people who don't really like me. What's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan anyways. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. Can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. It's cute. Hat and robe. Okay, those are our choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm going to get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Alright, another achievement. You open your eyes. Sun's shining, there's not a cloud in the sky. You feel great. Totally well rested. Well, that's the most unrealistic part of this game. I'm suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire and woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Is this nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. This would make for a sexy bunch, no? Not about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start off this incredible day right. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. Sure, there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today's an important one. The only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now's the time. Oh, never mind, he left. Well, at least you brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that. What the hell was that? I don't call him the Trickster because he's got on a skateboard. You definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. It's supposed to be a tropical paradise. And a place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. 2 thumbs up review. Not an eternal prison pain. Please, make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Oh, fuck. Give me a second here. I need to stretch my leg.
Because as you all know, I've said it multiple times, I fucking sit cross-legged for hours at a time when I'm on my computer. And sure, being in the Navy, in boot camp, we fucking sat cross-legged for hours at a time. But that doesn't mean it's, you know, any more pleasant.
Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator just physically knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not a parliament. The floor does not recognize the ocean to speak. Out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land, I submerge those who defy me, and I become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I'd like to say something of grave importance. Fine. Go ahead.
Oh, fuck. Almost knocked my mic over. Thank you. Alright, this'll do for now.
Even this place is an eternal prison of pain. I'm not saying it is. Even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review. It was crafted with love, and/or that's the kind of thing you're into. You know, the ocean's right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Show them these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there's some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. How to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overly critical of them. Are you trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this in the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Of course. Apologies, King. Well, last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yeah, I'm not suspicious there's not a no option. Yeah, I'm not suspicious that there's no option here. What an encouraging response! And we're so glad you're not suspicious. Hey, Claudette, maybe the King isn't suspicious because they figured out what they're actually doing here. Zero chance, they're still clicking. Even right now, I can see how you'll respond. Hey, look at that. Man, I don't know anything. It doesn't matter, though, King. We're so happy to hear you having fun. I didn't say I was having fun. We're all having fun, King. You hear us? We're all having fun. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, King, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect. No. That's not what I said. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Yes. Hey, King, it's still totally cool if you give constructive feedback. Please leave that as in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games at resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. With the grumbling I hear from their belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast. Evil breakfast. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls up into the dining area to load the 60 little bellies of pancakes and bacon, and so much for maintaining those beach buds. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers only get you so far. Hidden killers watch the sodium intake. I could go for some, like, oatmeal or yogurt, honestly. You take your plate and sit down. Thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again. Except all in one day, on a beautiful and mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper sends out to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I can't imagine you can make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Unrelated, anyone see where I left my cleaver? I'm just kidding, I always know where my cleaver is. Oh, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Edra steps up to talk about her feelings. At this point, anything could happen. I'm open to all the possibilities that this strange island has in store. How open-minded. Oh, well, sure, that must be it. No one else would really stand up during breakfast. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did, or should I say I did not. I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing, and last night was no different. So in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group? Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction to King, to our island paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions. I'm asking a question too. It's, when will Wraith shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep him wanting more. You're getting good at this game, or that sexy, true-to-life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. Yeah, this is totally how dating goes. I would know. I have a lot of experience with that. I have had exactly 0 relationships in my entire life. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. Hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 or 5 killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know most is you, narrator. It's only okay, and so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not a real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. It's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more, a little more. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yep. How's that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that, put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that. Exactly like that. I swear I had no idea these two even do that. Whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh, wow, look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I could buy some? Damn it. Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here. And that I could hear you, well, you know. Oh, what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like... fun? You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping that we stab each other in just the right spot where you won't get resurrected. I kind of believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from. And I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Honestly, yeah, me too. What the fuck purpose of the appendix even serve other than to self-destruct and kill you? Like, actually, I'm not a medical student. Did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I know that all our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, King. You're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. It was both a tragedy and a comedy. The Cragmity. Shut up. I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday wasn't short a lot. So far, today's been exhausting too. You're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? Aside from that disturbing thought, all's going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tip, like a palm tree, is going to never screw with you. That's no tree at all. It's... Hey, babe. Breakfast is weird, huh? Everyone just setting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some kind of forced check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever, though. Breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon. Nor after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You've seen my abs, by the way. Maybe you can see them later as at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. Play your cards right. Could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. The blow-up bat? For anything but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design.
He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. We're not best friends, just because a little talk about doing a little talking. It's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Fuck. You know, since I don't really do a lot of just reading videos, this is a lot. Okay. Now that guy's gone, and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by. Time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. See who it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy.
We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one that seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you. Really, it's my private spot. And I guess I got a feeling that you'll appreciate it in the way I do. Not like those other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. I'll get them all. I'll get my father too, and I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword in the air. She threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Look, this time on Murder's Island has gotten us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it, and I suggest you do the same. I've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance. You also seen there's more sensitive side hiding within her. Which one do you think will win out? Consider her offer, but before you can decide going to go off the Spirit, the Huntress interjects. I guess you could go off to Spirit today. She's pretty cool, actually, but I think if we weren't here on this island vying against each other for your attention, we might actually be friends. We might have something, though, you and I. I couldn't let you go off to her goth lighthouse without speaking up first. Yeah, I know her secret spot. I see everything through the holes in this adorable little mask. So, my offer stands. We can hang out today, including a room at my cabin. Wink, wink. It's pretty cute that Huntress thinks she has to say wink, wink out loud. That's barely even hides your face. Tough choice. Weigh your options quickly, because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has really got me tilted. So who'll it be? I gotta go with Spirit. You made the correct decision, but know this. Just because you pick me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? But, well, of course, You still got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally. With a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me, if you try any of the mantra trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Bud to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it's too late to change your answer now.
Food.
Your Spirit arrived at the coast, overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. Something magnetic about it. You see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and notice she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like me. Spirit smiles. Nature abhors a vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl, like a monster dying. Growling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard.
Oh yeah, it does that.
Lying in the sound recede, and the two of you just sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down, then pats it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes us some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Thanks. Thanks. I forgot to bring my own when I, lost my memory and fell into the ocean.
No problem. I figured as much.
Spirit turns away while you slide the lotion all over your body. Need any help reaching those difficult spots? See a hand float around your bag.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Honestly, yes, I could use help if I... There's a reason I still have a shirt on, is because I can't reach my fucking bag to get sunscreen on good enough. I can reach it well enough to scratch and to wash, but not enough to get sunscreen, because, God forbid, I leave one spot exposed, and now I'm miserable after 30 minutes, because I am the whitest guy I know, and I burn like it. Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch a Spirit apply sunscreen to herself in a most unique way, by flitting her own hand around her back to spread it on. They are shards of glass. Fucking Kuma, you dumbass. Comment on her floating hand's ability. The fact that your hands just float around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can. It's almost like you're some kind of superhero. Glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I'd understand why some people act the way they do. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I'm honestly jealous. You should like... You know what? Got just the cure for jealousy. Should cure you in no time at all. I'll show you exactly what it feels like to be me. Yeah, she takes out her katana and slices you to pieces. Okay, yeah, you know what? I should have expected that. Alright, second here. See, this should hopefully prevent me from, clicking past. Alright, and now we're back. Cool. This time I'm going to try something. I'm going to ask about the shards of glass. So, if you don't mind, what's the deal with all the shards of glass sticking out from all over your body? You really want to know? You're not creeped out by them? You're not creeped out, just nervous, because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's the person you want to get to know. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends, eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. The truth is, I could pull all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to the pressure the way he did in the end. That way, the fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me is doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it. Even though it gives me strength, I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was. I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, King. Suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love, the world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these ventral poses, it really does a number on my joints. I rubbed lotion on its skin. Alright, here we go. I am fucking horrible. There we go, that's better. Not bad. Perfect. I missed again. Perfect. Well, I suppose the lotion made it to where it was supposed to be going eventually. You weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. Look up the lighthouse. Its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between Spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case, it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag waves from the ocean air above the ship as it careens toward the shore, before crashing into the rocks. Must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. Hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Alright, it does that sometimes too. Should we, do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean was quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. These time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags. We're not the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith. He emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining a strange light on me. I can avoid it through woods and walls. Nothing seems to stop it from reaching to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. Does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special to me than those dead pirates or that mermaid I saw while up on shore that one time. You. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even as close to beautiful in person as they are in the movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy. An epic river of lies that runs beneath the island, or something. Personally, not as beautiful as I think to be, I choose to believe it's the mermaid from High School DxD Volume 13, where it's just a fish with legs. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. Basics, anyhow. If you come with me, you can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hit and backs away a few steps slowly. With a quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way. You'll see. Alone at last, the tension breaks. Deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. He scoots closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. Starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek of the bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work into that suit. It's got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. Doesn't seem like they were worried they'd bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic entrance. Well, technically, we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach, where we'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4?
More drink juice. I love my sparkling water. Excuse me.
When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what was promised. Wait a minute. There's no announcement here. But there is a me. You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I got a map back in my secret lair, literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. So you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You've got a secret lair? Damn it. Said anything about a secret lair. I said I've got a sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Sir, don't ask what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. We're not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing things up. I keep trying to tell you it's this dang island. I'm to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here, well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision, it's simply the way it'll be. There's no use fighting it. Why would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. Don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was a born fighter. Dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. You see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks? You hide. I've seen you hide. You're in a little phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. We all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks? You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about. This sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia, if there ever was such a thing. Not that you know about that either. Sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop it, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make a choice, so I'm going to do that now. And I choose... What comes down to it, these two seems easy to love.
I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were having a nice time. Besides, if my fate ended up on this island, what a hell of fate, really. Don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. The second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taken, yeah, okay, it's true. It can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenge to do without having to kill you and Wraith, too. Spirit walks around the corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. Cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it's begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here, in this place. Also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off and they come cascading through the air onto both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among the cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. Excuse me. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away. For this reason, they're also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to the special monument, to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, King? Not sure. Spirit's question isn't easy to answer. You want to impress her, but you also want to be true to yourself. The entire range of human experiences stretches out before you, and you feel paralyzed by the different options available to you at this moment. That's okay. It wasn't a simple question with a simple answer. It was the Spirit herself even has an answer in mind. However, it occurs to you, like the fallen blossoms wilting at your feet, this chance of connecting with the beautiful person in front of you might be fleeting. Is one of these answers the better choice, or do you remain unsure? So frustrated? Just look at the tree and consider Spirit's question. Reflect on your own current predicament. Stranded here, no understanding of why, no control. Here on this island, the attention of such an interesting companion should bring you joy, but it comes with the price of being completely confused and hopeless. You look down to see a crumbling cherry blossom on the ground at your feet. You stare at it, someone begins to rage inside you, like a dragon. How can anyone find comfort, even for a moment, with death and decay looming on the horizon? It makes me so frustrated, it makes me so mad. I want to do something about it. I want to strike back against this shitty reality. Spirit lets you go off, staying calm despite your bubbling rage. She must know thoughts like this. Is this why she asked you? So you see things from her point of view? I want to be alive! You feel connected to her at this moment, more than you have at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who do not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life is ended. My death continues to stretch on. The cycle's frozen. The cherry tree? It's not real. Those petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if they were installed here by someone. You watch as the spirit chooses their words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Where? Sorry to interrupt. You know I don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time I got a really good reason. It has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too? What a fun day you've been having. You can see it written all over your face. You're shining. That's not just the remaining ancient sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you're really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not gonna do the gag where we cram them all on the screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them.
With your love on the line, everyone's being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Wraith seems like the biggest long shot to end up pulling onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Pretty small consolation prize for being the least left killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, let them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else scores themselves while I'm preoccupied with, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway. Let's say we do a simple salad, or something. The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo's gross. Indeed it is. Fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. Letting Red choose was a mistake. That's on all of us. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? I've had an interesting day, that's for sure. How do you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, don't just sit there doing nothing. Nothing is not an option. I'm gonna be coy. It wasn't really a date. I like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. I couldn't have said anything of value by to myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise. Doesn't like people getting into her business. Yvette and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. They're all very tired. Wait, no, sorry, that's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite. Don't you mean bone? No, almost everything we serve has lots of bones in it, even the vegetables. Possible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. Linger around you as they pick up your plate, take a napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? I would like to know, why are there bones in my salad? I mean, I don't even like salad in the first place because I really fucking hate lettuce. I'll eat a kale salad, that's for sure, but I hate lettuce. But I shouldn't have to ask for a boneless salad, alright? That's like trying to ask for a boneless pizza with a 2-liter of Coke. And yes, I intentionally said that old-ass meme from, like, 2012? I don't know, it's old. I was a kid. I was in, like, elementary school, early middle school. I'll go ahead and thank them. I worked a service job. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. In fact, here. For us? Just for doing our jobs? Thank you kindly. Everyone, if you please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we greatly appreciate it. Leave until something big's gonna happen, so it'll change everything. You can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice when I said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did it. That's good. Someone needs to change it out here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. Fire, I mean, not my eyes. Because of my childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit. If only to get away from Race complaining. Excuse me. Take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I got a startling creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? This doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. Now everyone's looking at you. So, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we can play charades? Boggle. Well, you're actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points a spinous skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating. I know the fire is right here, but maybe stop talking about it all the time and start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out here, Wraith. I'm about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Alright, fine, I'll tell a story. I'm a storyteller. I'm a writer. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, what type of story do you want to tell? I am not good with romance. But fuck it. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? No, that's a tragedy. Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same wily wolverine? Not quite. About my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. It could have been more different. And yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon enough you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Exactly. Learn a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones trying to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it's actually quite bad. Sorry, but the narrator keeps it real. Can't dissent here. So, who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? I'm from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Sure, we'll have you tell a story again. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but everything I say is better than whatever you could get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, this one's from someone in the past who is dead now. I can't do anything about it. Excuse me. It's called The Bride, or technically, I suppose, The Fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods, by a beautiful, shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. They created the invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. So fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toed sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. I take offense to that, alright? I wear almost exclusively cargo shorts and, like, skirts. Because basketball shorts don't fucking stay up. I don't really like shorts, so if I'm trying to just relax, I wear skirts, and I wear cargo shorts out, because they have a lot of pockets. And I hate pants. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create a unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding so they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed. The bride, or the fiancé since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful than it had ever been before. Just on the edge of her view was a new bush full of blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. Every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the bride, or the fiancé, cut further and further into the woods until she had turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. This wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the seen flowers once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. In the shadowy glen, she walked and walked and walked. That day, as the guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancée was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forests. There were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old, dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks.
The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Ah, there we go. My neck. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you're loved for who you are. Out there, all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know.
It was story time. A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up.
When you think it's the end, the sequel's almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it as a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment, builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator.
Tell me, King, if you could delete any sequel ever in existence, what would it be?
Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move for the next segment of the evening.
Any sequel, huh?
Any sequel, delete it. I know it never existed in the first place, but Ninja Gaiden 3, specifically from, the reboot trilogy for the Xbox. All them. It never existed in the first place, but, we could just delete it. Anyway, the new Ninja Gaiden game is really fucking good, Ninja Gaiden 4. I love it. Weird that they call it Ninja Gaiden 4, though. There was never a third one. I'm a big fan of those games.
God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment.
Twilight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. We need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen.
Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead.
Why'd you say the words wink wink out loud? What kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing?
Twilight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident.
You do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right?
Well, except for Spirit, she really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this to the hot tub so I can serve this bottle while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes?
Ugh. Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire, and must always be surrounded by figurative flames as well. What if we turned and ran away from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to some place more secluded King is after, then he's obviously joined me. He's seen these legs, pure power. Not that my walk speed really affects my giant stature, and that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all of that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and reading something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on, or just me? By trappers' insatiable appetite, seems attention, along with the attention of everyone else, this is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we'd all get on with our lives, or, some special projects we might have going.
You heard him. Who would it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity?
Just saying, you might not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murder's Island comes like a close. No, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but the streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, that guy. Spirit? Ah, you picked me, yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. Despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. Make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge, takes a lot out of me. So don't start bringing your A game, alright? Might not seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time about my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess.
You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready to get wasted?
Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink? Ever? Is that, like, because it'll just fall out of the hole in your stomach thing? Or I don't drink alcohol because alcohol's poison in the body and mind. I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. Why did you ever choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of day is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true. Not a single person has ever learned anything from one of these. Alright. Dwight, that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot on a stem using only your tongue. Oh, well, or sort of the splash of my private business, because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. I'm not going to comment. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked as a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father, on whom you have bloody vengeance, right? Well, so be it. How about you, King? Do you drink? I guess I'll stay sober like a loser. I got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on the alcoholic drinks. Yeah. Alcohol's a false escape. It's not like sober people can't have fun. Watch a spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere. Just little fruity guts fall out of the spirit's lap. Oopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black. Hardly showed stains. No take-backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? Fancy beer. Dark and stormy. Sure, it sounds emo enough. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? That was cute. Please, allow us to demonstrate how dark and stormy is made. First rum, or in this case rum extract and a bit of apple juice, just poured over ice. And then fresh ginger beer's added in. Garnish with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to the challenge of replicating this recipe, King? Replicating rum substitute and ginger beer over ice. Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice with the lime wheel. Not sure I appreciate your tone, but yes, you got it. You're natural. Sassy natural. You and Dwight might have more in common than... Don't you dare. Gia seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy, not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way from the ocean. Face your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. Want to make out a little? Breathe out a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing before you can get a yes out. Lioness strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Colette and Dwight usher you two away from the bar. God damn it. Can't have shit. The gang is all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. Because it was. Feels like you've been here a lot longer than that, actually. So late, the sun's already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that I mean you, can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've used your time well since then. Really get to know the gang. The brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl, and now the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone's gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who King chooses. Alright, who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Wraith, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Stop talking. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith. I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell King privately. I don't know how it's going to work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered to the King? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Not moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. And I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's going to be real special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. Maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods. Proud. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable and pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable and not only in polite society, but within this in-world event and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience?
Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Why, yes, I'd love to. So, King, you think of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. Or rewarded. Tomorrow will suck, probably. Not an easy guy to get along with, I know that. I can tell you this much. Find the secret on the island will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. Also, and if you're not a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident sexy ladies and rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht.
Great, Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone.
What was that?
Nothing, go away. Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure.
What kind of treasure are we looking for?
Guess you have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already that you're going to pick me.
Confident, mysterious. I like it.
Hit a spirit. Figuratively, damn it, Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow, you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew.
That's it.
If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw a crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day.
You want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of?
All of them.
Okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about these swoon-worthy options so you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night.
Did you two forget to mention something?
Oh gosh, I would give it a fit. Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. Now, reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who's already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push.
Hold on, this has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and I'm just now finding out about it? Come on, signs are there, you just didn't read them.
Welcome to Murderer's Island. It's now time to eliminate one of the killers.
Ugh, it's just like a butchery, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare even try?
You mean... That's right. Tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be?
But why?
Because it's dramatic. Because it's surprising. Because it's a classic reversal of fate. And it'll hurt somebody's feelings. Someone dangerous. What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be, champ?
What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats. From here she can disappear. Hard to track. If you get rid of Wraith, he might cry. Although I totally support normalizing him and crying and being vulnerable. Just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, sure, I pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't limit you, boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating?
Trapper, because his voice makes my throat hurt.
This is very simple. Trapper, you scare the living shit out of me. You're eliminated. That's fair. Honestly, though, I don't care. You suck. Not in a good way. You bore me, personality-free maggot. Wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow the first chance I got, so really this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you, though, out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open and have fun on your date tomorrow. Now you've broken the heart of someone heartless. You should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. You may not get to go home with Game when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... their own mostly new Trickster body pillow. Next best thing to the real Trickster. Might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it's Dwight tested, Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, King. Hear me here for what you've accomplished.
How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean, no, there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow?
Oh, no, you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Damn, Trickster body pillow. I could have one of those. Well, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I don't even know there was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. Hold on a sec. Gotta drink before travel. His voice really fucking hurts my throat.
We'll see how things go tomorrow. I suppose I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when...
Your mother skewered by an elk when you were young?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Well, wild guess. It's also the only thing you talk about.
If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree and I'm feeling peckish.
I don't really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, King, sorry. I forgot. I'm focusing on other things. More important things. One way or another, I won't be here for much longer. I don't handle rejection well. I just don't think I do. No one's ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off.
Of course King is into me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by calming mist. I've also got great hair. Since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it. You know what I mean?
What? No, you're not part of this. You don't get a confession. Hey, it's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing's pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with the reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album, upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island is pretty dope. So the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone what Tracer said that about them. Don't worry. I'll tell you your favorite established characters from all over the pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghostface. Don't say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand. But we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around, King. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yeah, seriously, they don't pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No, it's not your turn. You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. That's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. It's okay, never mind. Never mind? What does that mean? No, not you two. This was meant to be a confessional time for literally every character in the game. Hey, it's okay, we don't have anything to confess. We've been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. And I think the ocean just peed on it. How was that pot? You know, I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great, what's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade? Cheated on an algebra test once? Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain in my life I've actually felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, the sweet sugary drinks, it sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and railing seagulls? It's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes you question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment. Let my soul be free. And please, please let me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go back to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Thanks, huh? That was a weird way to end. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? The camera went long enough, someone's bound to say something crazy. Anyway, it seems like everyone's had their shoot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. Give me a second here. Alright, there we go. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which it's sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about killer crabs? Alright, you didn't go on that hunter state. You nearly missed out. It was thrilling. Or I guess it would have been.
You have to play the game again to see that reference, I suppose. Pull on your beach attire and splash water in your face. Dark lighted approach. So that look on their faces, excitement, terror. You notice your stomach flares with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or even affected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It's happened here before. It's probably a love thing, though. It's time! Claudette just over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by tiki torches. The scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Bold of you to assume I have one. It's more I used to hate watch it because my stepmother only watched that kind of thing. Suddenly the message is clear. You're trying to declare your affections to the killer in front of several other killers. Isn't Trish supposed to be here? Spend good money to make some half-ass cameos in this show. Now that she was Asian now. Before they walk you over for your big moment. Don't think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us, King. It can't be easy being thrown on a mysterious island for seemingly no real reason. Trying to be terrifying killers, trying to manage your most primal impulses. Murder and making out. And you've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island host, with dignity and respect. So don't tell anyone we told you this, but... Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially. It's a little hint for you. Going forward, don't try and go all the way with a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green line the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. The friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are, exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. There are killers and there are survivors. I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so here's into me. Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially again. Well, I've never seen anyone, Spirit open up to anyone like she has opened up to you. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and for us, that's in a different type of game. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad, we're on a schedule. Yeah, the first route I ever did when playing this was Huntress, so... But I have completed all of them and gotten all their endings, because I'm an idiot. I had nothing better to do with my time, because I was still working part-time at the time. But hey, instead of a part-time food service job, I have a dead-end full-time factory job. Alright. Make your way back over the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clear sparks in the air. Not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, I do recommend staying away from those sparks. Time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this. No, you don't. Who cares? King, who do you choose for your solo date? Can we at least do the flower thing? Dwight, I thought we were agreed to keep that between us. Not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets a flower is a symbol of the contestant's love and affection. Right. Suppose. No roses, they're such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good, because I tried to pick a rose, but got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Beautiful. You're doing good, Dwight. It's a lovely bouquet. Oh, Dwight, save some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too? Just me? Sorry. You've got other things to think about right now. King, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today? You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resist the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, King. Yeah, I've been eating the same pizza the entire time I've been recording. Because I don't really have a lot of time to take bites of it. Thought it might be nice to start your day out on the Trapper's Yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit. At least there's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. I wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then, well, I know what happened. Your father,
Yeah, he murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. It's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, a lot of time when you think about ghosts, you just kind of see through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know, it depends on which movie you're watching. When I died, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really, that's not an invitation, it's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas, but I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues to analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. Maybe a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person, but you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming away was an option. It's not. However, the fact that you never even tried, I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind, or, I don't know, maybe you just stuck around. No, I'm just severely thalassophobic. Because you like someone you met here. Maybe. Well, the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty. The yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off. There were other stops. Oh, not on this trip. Of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves to the shore. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. I'm just messing with you. It's the only stop. Nobody here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race to the poop deck, Dwight. The ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh, it will. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. Seem like they know how to have a good time. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circles lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against your skin. It's cold to the touch, but you feel, is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So, what happens now? Now, I show you something that no one else has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Hi, Wraith, you sure seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in ocean air like it's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. King, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again, forever. This is how I'm meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? Kinda, on the date that you just mentioned? Glad you're feeling better, Wraith, but like she said, we're in the middle of something. Mind? Oh, right. So what you doing? Heading up to the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can only see the whole island from there. In fact, Spirit, I thought you said no one else had been up there and lived to tell about it. It sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And if he's not dead now, he's going to be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey, now, you can start pose without hair floating up in menacing shapes. Just be over there, running away, enjoying the view. I think Wraith was kidding about that whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. You can see it's mostly ocean, on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it? Spirit's hand floats up as she scratches her head contemplatively. Don't usually see her at a loss of words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, Lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to all corners of this world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly traveling through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath the spooky tower. You decide not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? I think I am alive. I'm here with you, walking on this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here, with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come with me up to the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something, I won't deny it. I feel it.
I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time.
Just be friends?
Is this her way of letting you down easy?
I don't know if I want that. Friendship.
I want you, that's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it might not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I'll go up, maybe die. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of the sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. Maybe the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles darkly, or smiles a quirky, devilish smile. I don't know why it smiles darkly. Right this way. Inside the lighthouse, it's almost pitch black. It's seemingly day when you step through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of the sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down, as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. I can't do a courage impression, or I would. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. Lights out, seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hadn't been operated in a century, and it's suddenly nighttime now. However, somehow, it was just morning a moment ago, but now it's night? What do you mean? A moment ago, we've been standing here looking out at the ocean all day. I really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It's kind of my perfect date. Really? I don't remember that. That's called the perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember it, it's just that for some reason my mind's completely blank. Hey, I'm not dead. Or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light's working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. A massive lens reflects moonlight through itself. A subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went. Started this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time. That's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all, just... I guess I don't know what I expected. I suppose you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened. You might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me flip on the light of the staircase so it's easier to get down. Stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it... Here it's interrupted by a strange hum. And then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. The switch wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. The lantern is now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsie, looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now we see he's really alive and is really dead. I suppose it was bound to happen sooner or later. Slam your eyes closed. Someone not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes, look only at me, and I'll keep you safe. You got it. Not bad. Okay, I got her. Perfect. 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 Shit. You missed completely. Are you okay? You seem okay. I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to. You're so brave. You're not so coordinated, but certainly brave. I'm so lucky you put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of the energy from the black lighthouse lantern, I refuse it to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, it was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. Shattered now as power penetrates your mind. Hey, it's been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You wake to hear Spirit's muffled voice. Got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. Your hair feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. You know, sometimes people say it's not you, it's me. This time it's you, and it's also me. Can't believe I thought you would change for me. Can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave up anything for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah?
Fine, nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm doing just that. Or, I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan. There's nothing you can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Ran, Trapper turns from spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up King. My shouting? I'm gonna fake snore. I'm sorry, I think I interrupted something very personal and also quite scary. Sorry I wasn't trying to listen in, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything. I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? Just you dumping Trapper. We were never together. I mean, we were together. I know you're wearing a mask, but we can see your eyes. You don't need to say wink, wink, wink out loud. Another reason I'm right to have dumped you. You did not. You did not. It was mutual. The jig is, as they say, up. You know you're awake now, and we're gonna have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly I shouldn't be here, so I have a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. Not here on this island or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as the tunnel goes, we brought you here. We? You a Trapper. But, yeah, the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. Anyway, Dad, I thought you might hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Anyway, I wanted to get you someplace safe, so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, that was nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. Could have asked Claudette or Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Well, I can trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right. But you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries. My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him. Well, geez. I can see when I'm not wanted. So you three a throuple now, or... Because I gotta say, I really didn't get the whole Trapper spirit thing, but hey, if it's not my business, I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the Trapper. Not with traps, or with relationships. And you realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. And about 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out! Wraith looks around, just be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. I was just leaving. The island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. It became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship, because somebody really didn't want to have that talk. We were more than friends. I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we're good at. So, I hate to ask, but I did just look at my refrigerator-sized death lamp, so I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters... Excuse me, I'll take that question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge. Exactly. We might not know, Trapper's a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask, and that's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against the barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing that his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper's an inspiration. They say never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, King. Show me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic. To push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. I'm not sure you got all that from, but okay. You held a mirror up to my own doubts and fears and showed me they aren't everything about me. That I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty old tunnel. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to Trapper's better features has been a legal strategy for dumping his ass because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, first I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? We spent some time together and I realized there's actually something real here. And I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, King, while you're knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakening, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. Doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get her, you have to get through me first. By passing Trapper's test, TM. Coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is Spirit's real name? One given to her by a murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her. Rin Yamaoka. Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? A dragon. Sure, everybody knows that. They won't all be this easy. Question 3. Where does Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl before she was hell-bent on revenge? Restaurant. I know. I think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever married with a help like that. He'd be so disappointed in me. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. Are these questions loaded superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5. The final question.
You got this, King.
According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead?
Not being seen for who you are.
When I pitched the Trapper's Test to the Suits of Behavior TV, they told me there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. Okay, that didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure did feel good. Telling you this, A, to brag, and B, to explain whether you think you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing the Trapper's Test. Not that some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with the giant light that shines in the dark and has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. Probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up and you got it right. So I guess I prove you Dane Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out.
Sorry you had to endure that. What, 5 measly questions? It was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel and overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz. All of it. Especially the whole Trapper out catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. This would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Ren. Ren. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There's something else I wanted to show you. Alone, up in the lantern room of that tower. Your mind out of the gutter, King. It's not that kind of game. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told. No, wait. It is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Come back up there with me. There's no place I'd rather be. I love the spiring death light. You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing. And you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions, in my experience. Where they can explain what that seems supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl, a low, frightening sound. This begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prefer to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will... Now, please don't interrupt. You think after all this time, you know that we got your best interests in mind. Wait, what? No, of course I don't think that. Waxing your friend, I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. Black light flares. The darkness is something horrible and strange. In the place of Claudette are 2 ghoulish silhouettes. Before you can focus on them, the light passes and the 2 survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch that language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders. Grandpa? My little Ren. You're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. King, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Technically not just Grandpa. Technically he's my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. That's a lot of grace to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Ren since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. And I expect you all to say the great. I expect you to say all the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Ren. She can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel, but you. When he stares at you with his demonic red eyes, you're pretty sure even the decorative third eye in his mask is looking at you. You mongrel. You must treat me with respect, or so help me I'll be cleaning bits of your head off my Kano. Kano is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes for your information. Yes, I know what a Kano is. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir. Claudette, remember? It was explained to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor and give word or give or withhold your approval. 5 greats.
Great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir. Your Honor, Master, sir.
Dwight is a samurai, not a judge.
Grandpa, they must have summoned you because they think you have great judgment, and because if they saw my father, I'd be too distracted by torturing him for all eternity to continue with the rest of the whatever this is. Show, game, experience.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude could help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Odie. You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper, not only the sheer size of the man that Odie is, but also his attitude. Apparently Spirit has a type. Are you sure you can, or want to measure up to that? Tells me that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Odie. Every time you try to look at your own reflection, however, become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. It's a massive samurai mad-dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant. I realize now the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly. Like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpa, not so fast. You're supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First you get to know them a little better. Young people these days, always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at Cloud vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me, but I didn't make the rules. The rulers did. Exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit giggles at her great. Okay, I'm not saying all those every time. At Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? Or hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list every activity available to samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't benefit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performances, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to sneak out for entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that, because I had honor. In a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide. But clearly I have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette. Look, Ren, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer such as this? I find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're not sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh wait, I get it. Sweet Ren, my beautiful descendant. You invited me here to do what you're too kind to. Bash the Sturk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my kanabo. Ren, wrap your robe around this mongo's hands and hold him still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach, together, as family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink. The whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, King has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he's ever hugged anyone in his entire life. This is a long video. I think I'm good over here, actually. Ren, now, push them my way and I'll split them in half. Sacrifice of the Super to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka name. Lust for violence in your voice fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. Suppose this is the person you want to be with, on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if King ever treats me poorly, you have my word. On our family's honor, I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. Father stuff, don't forget it, but maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was on. It was already done. Do something for yourself. Just my 2 cents.
Be well, Red. I'll see you again soon. Now let's go. Servants, Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Yes, sure. I swear this will still be better than dealing with trappers, Dad. I'm sorry I was disrespectful. Or, I'm sorry if I was disrespectful to your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. I realize I will never measure up to someone like that. I'm worried with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry, I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now, avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I've imagined for myself. This sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood. There's no way to live, and yet, as you know now, that is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least, maybe I was, until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby! You haven't won this game yet, please don't ruin it. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. Sounds like a great time to take a bite of food. Excuse me. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. But maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Again? I mean, yeah, of course. Last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I just kind of asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear, though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a food freak. Not that there is anything wrong with me, it's just that something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Steady, steady. I'm not voicing those. You guys can read them if you want. You can do it yourselves. Sounds a little too ecstatic. Okay, I'll read this one, sure. God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin's never been more moist. Get up here right now. Alright, before you can find a towel and wipe off your lotion hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. It's surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. As Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean. Salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. Lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure the Spirit has let the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will all have been worth it. Clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself, exhausted, away from Spirit. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you plug it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck to me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drives her fingertip over the sharp end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I got plenty more where that came from. I mean, she's not wrong. You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Now's the time, King, to face your destiny. Actually, about that. King, can we talk privately? Maybe, not here. Maybe someplace else would be better if it's talked. You know how we feel about schedule, Spirit. Very strongly. You know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather talk with King privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. You know, from my experience in upper management and my father's mine, I learned that if you're gonna fire someone, you're supposed to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, not for the fire talk. Wait, you think... No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. I mean, not really, spirit's still spirit. If I try to imagine spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder King yet, so... Okay, fine, your guess is as good as mine. Really, that girl is very hard to read. Word of advice, though. We're gonna end it quickly. In my experience, the more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final howls are.
I don't need any advice. Everyone out, except for King. Did somebody say final howls?
That's kind of my whole jam. I can stay, right?
Especially you. Out. Lame. Alone with spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. More awful even than the lingering smell of the Cleaver blood spray. Ugh, I gag, I'm gagging. We're all gagging for Cleaver body spray. If that's a thing, that's cool, I guess. Spirit, Rin, I don't know what you plan on saying before you say anything. Just know I really, really enjoyed my time with you. I didn't know you over the past few days, so I didn't get to know myself. For that, I just want to say thank you. That's sweet. You're welcome. And you know what? It's the kind of thing that shows me you got a good heart inside you. Too good for me to carve out and toss out in the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can connect with. Someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by a desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you. Can we just be friends? I don't know if we finish that. Just know if we're not friends, we'll probably become enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends it is. Glad to have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close to me when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you around. Spirit starts to leave. Like, what, that's it? That's how this ends? You're just leaving me here?
I'm not sure I'd use the word ends. For that matter, I wouldn't say I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. Whether you can't see that, well, it just proves we never really belonged together anyhow. Good night, King. What the hell? I spent all this time on this island doing everything I could to get to know you. Would you be told that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I said good night, King. See you around.
Geez, I'm sorry. What a bummer.
Hey, what did you keep saying she'll see me around?
I have no idea.
Oh, cool. I actually didn't get the romance ending. And so, my precious killers lived happily ever after, as they should, learning to love themselves first and foremost, whilst trapped in a never-ending cycle of torture of my design. Wait, did I just spoil my true identity? Made it this far, so you probably know that. Let's play it again to find out more. Goodbye, King. See you again later. And again, forever. Interesting. I thought I did everything right, but I guess not. Cool, I got friend-zoned. Never had that happen before. So I just don't even bother. Anyway, that was Hooked on You, Dead by Daylight dating simulator. I don't know, it's a goofy-ass fucking game, and I quite enjoy it. Wondering what the real ending to Spirits, like Spirits Ride is, I don't know, just play it yourself. It's like $10 on Steam, and it goes on sale pretty often. So, yeah. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. My name is Gaming King 06, and I will see you next time you choose to grace my court with your presence.